I've said it before, not to toot my own horn, but the most
No, today is the day to toot. Toot away.
the
Vish.
most important player on this offense is Deebo Samuel. It is Deebo Samuel. I think we had this conversation. I don't know if it was live or on the phone, but you were like, yo, I don't know. I think Brandon Ayuk is already better. I said, Brandon Ayuk might be a better receiver, but Deebo Samuel is the better football player. It's everything. It's not just his catching, his running. There's nothing to me that's comparable to the infectious energy that he creates when he has one of those runs. It's that effort, it's his will, it's everything. It galvanizes the team in ways I haven't seen any other player, not to any fault of their own, do that. It's really special. The fear that he creates when he goes in motion to set up this run game is unbelievable. He has eyes on him all the way. I think the only guy to me that can instill this much fear in a defense is Tyreek Hill. I'm going to go all the way there. I think Deebo is, besides Tyreek Hill, maybe the most feared weapon in football. I mean, we are yet to see somebody stop Deebo Samuel. We are yet to see that reverse, the little push pass, not be an effective part of the game. And if you're going to focus on taking that away, then they'll just run him in motion 50 times and hand it to Mostert, hand it to Jeff Wilson, and run the ball effectively. So I think Deebo Samuel is an outstanding player, and I think he once again proved that he's the most important player for this offense.
I would take it further, man. I think after watching that game yesterday, I think he's the best player on the team. I think he's better than Nick Bosa when healthy. I think he's better than Fred Warner. I think he's better than George Kittle. Like what you said, like the way he runs after the catch, it has the same effect as how Kittle would used to play before he was hurt. It's the same thing, except he's even better. I mean, he's a better runner after the catch than Kittle was in his prime, and Kittle's great. And beyond that, he can play running back. He makes the quarterback's job so easy. Like Brandon Ayuk might be outperforming Deebo Samuel if they were playing with like Ben Roethlisberger, someone who could really throw the ball down the field. But Deebo Samuel makes playing quarterback like almost like I could do it. It's like, hey, just throw it out there behind the line of scrimmage and let him break 6 tackles. Man. I mean, his skill set is absolutely unique. I've never seen a wide receiver do the things that he does. Never.
Yeah, I mean, you threw out the comparison last year. I think
Percy Harvin. Yeah,
definitely.
He's a lot different than Percy Harvin. Yeah, he's way different. They're used the same, but he's different and he's better.
His mentality is different. He's a much tougher, more bigger football player. Better. The nickname Deebo is so apropos.
Tougher, yeah.
He's unbelievable. I think he might be my favorite player in the NFL when I really think about it. I'm hoping that we get a healthy Deebo Samuel to close out the year, because at the very least, 49ers football is going to be extremely fun to watch as long as Deebo Samuel plays.
And real quick, before we move on, we were talking about this on the phone. When the Niners drafted Deebo Samuel, I was lukewarm about it. Not because I didn't like him, but it was a historically great wide receiver class, and everyone knew it. And everyone had their favorites. I liked A.J. Brown from Ole Miss, who went to Tennessee, and I just felt like, you're replacing Pierre Garçon. The way the Niners used him was on the play action passes over the middle, which is what A.J. Brown does. I mean, he specializes in catching that pass, breaking a tackle, and scoring a touchdown. I'm like, that's perfect. And Deebo Samuel, like, he's a little smaller. He doesn't have the catch radius. That's not the best way to use Deebo. I didn't see what Kyle Shanahan saw, and I didn't see the vision for using Deebo, and really, that was not the wrong pick. You couldn't really go wrong. Any of those guys are great. The way that Kyle wants to formulate his offense, Deebo is perfect. And it's just funny that the worst pick in that draft was the first pick of the wide receivers. The Ravens could have had anyone, and they took Hollywood Brown, who's okay. He's all right, but he's not Deebo Samuel, DK Metcalf, A.J. Brown, Deontay Johnson, Terry McLaurin.
Identity, too. That's the thing. He's 5'9", 170 pounds on an offense that wants to be physical first.
Yes, true.
Player. Yeah. So there's that, but not to go on a tangent. I think the thing with Deebo is that I think that we're only seeing 60% of how good he is. We're only seeing one part of his game. To me, with improved quarterback play and stuff, there's a whole new dimension to Deebo Samuel and his route running, because I thought he was actually a very functional receiver, especially with his quickness off the line and his hands at South Carolina. And I think there's a lot more to it that we're going to see maybe at some point down the road, because the guy.
Can you imagine if Aaron Rodgers were the quarterback of this team with Deebo?
This would be the
Wow.
greatest offense in NFL history.
It
I
might
mean,
be amazing. It would be
granted, we
amazing.
wouldn't have healthy Kittle, healthy Deebo, healthy Ayuk. Like, can we see that once? But
Yes.
if we saw that, it would be the greatest offense in NFL history, in my opinion. With Rodgers, these guys, Kyle Shanahan calling plays, absolutely.